What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and it's World of Warcraft Wednesday, so we're back with our Legion Demon Hunter. At this rate, we may hit max level by next year, but seriously, we have been going pretty slow. But I've played some more of the expansion with other classes. Not a lot because I haven't had that much time, but I did some of the legendary quests, and they were incredible. I think in some of the past videos about this, I've told you some of my history of WoW, and it goes back a long way. But just to tell you some of my legendary experiences. So I used to play a hunter, and I was in a big raiding guild. So this was back in 40-man vanilla. Well, the only legendary that really we could get back then would have been the Bindings of the Windseeker. Both halves dropped in Molten Core, and of course at the end you made Thunder Fury, the weapon everyone knows. I'm sure it's been linked countless times if you play the game. Now, what many of you may not know is hunters are one of the classes that could get this. So of course, a few of us hunters wanted the weapon. Was that ridiculous? Yes, definitely. But we still wanted it just the same. And to be honest with you, by the time we ended up getting any of the pieces to drop, no other class wanted it. No joke. Still, even with that, the guild leader refused to let hunters get that weapon, or the pieces of it. We ended up giving it to a warrior that wasn't even in the guild that long, and he left like a week or two later. So definitely a waste. And, you know, of course the hunters complained and said, well, at least we stayed in the guild, and we kind of got ripped off. But later on, of course, I could solo it with my paladin. I got a bunch of pieces of it, but always the same one from Gar. And I didn't really stick to it long enough, I guess. Even though I felt like I ran it a million times. But you know, with all that aside, the main thing here is everyone gets legendary stuff. And the weapon quests are amazing, the weapons are so cool looking, and I'm just super excited about it. So I played through on my Death Knight, my Paladin, and my Rogue, and got them all legendary weapons to begin. Now while I was doing that, I really regretted not playing this since it first came out and showing those quests, because that'd be more my style. You know, just walking through the quests, showing what's done, and then obtaining the weapons. However, since it's way after the release of the expansion, I figured there had to be a million videos on it already. But you know, just looking ahead to the future, as long as I'm able to make videos and keep consistent with it like I'm hoping, we can find things like that. And I'll be able to get back into my style of video making, where I'm trying to help, but hopefully making entertaining videos as well. So there we have it. As far as Mondays, I'm kind of waiting on the Marvel Heroes big changes that are coming. That should be happening very soon here after the new year. You know, I'll try to keep my eye out on WoW, make more of these Demon Hunter leveling videos, then maybe hopefully some PvP montages, things like that. When it comes to WoW though and making videos to help, it's kind of difficult because I only see maybe a big raiding guild finding some new content, or if there's an expansion, which is very rarely. Back in the day, if I was on YouTube or it existed or whatever, I forget when it came out, it would have been incredible. Because I really knew my hunter class top to bottom, and I did a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, I used to do the hunter epic quest, I did it for other people too. Which I know is cheating, I felt a little bit weird about it, but they gave me a lot of gold and you needed that back then, just for repairs alone. So I mean, even making videos on that would have been cool. But besides that, I mean, we did all the raids. I did most of the major pulls. I mean, we had some server firsts even. And besides that, engineering back then was so cool. I was one of the first people using it on my hunter. And I found out all sorts of tricks. So 4-1, only druids could battle res, right? Well, if you were on your hunter and you had those jumper cables, I forgot for a second, you could feign death, use it if you used it fast enough, and basically battle res someone in a raid. It was very instrumental in some of our first kills. Besides that though, one thing that would probably blow some people's minds is when you mind control alliance, you could talk to them. So there were many times when I used my mind control helmet just to talk to alliance. Like, I think they got really scared, especially like if they were lower level or they saw my gear, but I'd usually just be pretty friendly, unless they wanted to fight me. The coolest story though, besides the normal, you know, talking to them, jumping them off cliffs or whatever, was I actually knew one of the top Alliance warriors. He would come into our vent and chat, so he's a cool guy. And one time I was farming elementals in Fellwood, and there was a farmer. I won't say what nationality, but, you know, we called them a certain nationality. Nothing about that, I mean, that's just like the descriptor. You know, the people that farm stuff and sell gold, basically. So anyways, they were running around and tagging mobs, and they were horde too, so I couldn't do anything about it. And it was just extremely annoying. It may have even been a bot, to be honest. So who happens to run by? The Alliance Warrior. And of course he waved and stopped over, but it's not like we could talk. Or could we? Because I put on my mind control cap, mind controlled him, and said, please kill this farmer over here for me. And he not only killed them, he camped them until they were gone. So I was able to get my elementals I needed. Oh, by the way, we get to choose a talent here, because we're at level 99. So there's Fell Mastery, increases Fell Rush damage by 30%, and grants 25 Fury when Fell Rush damages at least one target. Then we have Chaos Cleave. Chaos Strike hits an additional target for 50% damage. Okay, not bad. That's actually the one I'm going with for now. I don't know if it's the best, but that's what we're choosing for right now. But just to let you know what Blind Fury does, it increases the duration of Eye Beam by 50%. I do like Eye Beam, I'll be honest, it's pretty amazing. But we're going to go ahead and choose Chaos Cleave, like I said. Alright, so now it's on our way to becoming level 100, which has taken a while, but we're going to get there. And we will also get our legendary weapon soon, I believe. Right after we get out of this place, we'll probably start that chain. So a few more quests here, and hopefully they're bunched up. We'll get some more XP and see where that takes us. By the way, if you see us teleport slightly, it's because of inventory management. I'm just selling some stuff for repairing. I really took way too long with it, so I just went ahead and skipped it. It's too boring to put in here. But the Brood Queen has quite a bit to say. I can't wait to fight her. You know, one thing about WoW is I love the bosses. Especially raid bosses. Some really epic classic fights. That's another thing about Hearthstone. I mean, it's obviously entirely different, but you still relive some of the encounters, at least in part. You know, especially when they come out with new adventures. And I do know that some of you want to see more of that, and I definitely will play more. I do try to get on that. Well, I did try every night. Now it's not quite as much, but I like to get on and get my quests done to get gold. Currently, I do have some pretty awesome matches recorded, and I certainly could record more. My pack luck has gotten a little bit better. I got a few legendaries. I think 3 or 4 from the new set, but not very good ones. Not really. I think I got Mare Noggenfogger, I think was my last one. Absolutely terrible card. And so I just dusted it. That's kind of like a troll legendary. It just makes everything random, and I hate randomness. I really hate that. First of all, Yogg always costs me the match, so he never helps. But anyways, let's not get sidetracked because Hearthstone often upsets me, though I still play it. Because of my lack of the new cards, I don't really have any of the greatest new strategies. I do have a Jade Golem Druid deck, but I'm missing some cards from that too. I would like to have a Pirate Warrior Weapon type deck or something along those lines. They're really annoying, and yes, they make me very upset. And then as far as like a Rogue or a Shaman Golem deck, I'm missing a ton of cards, or else I'd love to do that too. Actually, my favorite though is going to be a Druid deck, which I'm definitely going to construct. And by the way, usually I try to make my own deck types, or strategy, but I did see this one already. It just makes sense, it's absolutely ridiculous. It has to do with the new legendary. Okay, it's the Forgotten King basically. You get to choose one, refresh your mana crystals, or gain 10 armor. But yeah, the refreshing your mana crystals thing is ridiculous. Especially with Aviana. So I mean, that just looks like a ton of fun and I have to make it. But as for this video, we are going to kill a bunch of spiders here. We're taking them down and kind of trying to sway this battle here, I guess. And we're just going to go a little bit longer and then stop the video until next time because I have to get it done and go to work. Yeah, great day, I know. I wish I could stay home and make videos, but those days are over. You know, I've heard a lot about MAA, and I don't know if anything's going to come out of it or not. You know, I kind of see the game as being gone forever. But I hope you all know that if it ever does come back, I'm going to be there 100%. And I also know that I told you about those class videos where I chose the best 3 of each class. I do still have that. So we're going to post those in between our other series here. This week's going to be tough because of the holiday again, but I'm definitely going to be posting still, as you can see. I just can't guarantee when I'll have other videos. Alright, so this spider here, he's pretty resilient. And we have to go ahead and kill these eggs too before they hatch. Definitely don't want them hatching. At least they go down really fast though. So back to the boss. You know, I probably need some work on my Demon Hunter rotation. I do love that dash, even though it kind of gets out of hand sometimes. But you know what, this game, I love the animations and the art style. I always have. Whenever someone told me, hey, play this MMO, the graphics are way better, it looks so much better, I'm like, not really, not to me. I just love this style. It's very hard to beat. And at the same time, you can run it on different computers, because I was running it on a laptop that was pretty old, and it still ran pretty smooth. I mean, not too bad. So I think it has some more accessibility too. Obviously, Blizzard knows what they're doing. Even if they make you mad or they make some stupid choices or whatever you want to think, they are definitely doing well. I will say though, back in the day, they used to compensate us all the time for like servers being down and things like that. And they completely gave that up. I can tell you one time before there was hardly any level 60s on the server. There may not have even been any. Something happened and they gave us all fully rested 2 levels. And I was in the 50s, which took a very long time to level from back then. So it was definitely welcome. Besides that, they gave us like free game time, things like that. Just all the time, hooking us up. I do like when companies do stuff like that, because they actually care about their player base. After they stopped doing that, we started complaining a little bit, and then there'd be other, I guess you could call them white knights, like defending Blizzard, I don't know why. We were just saying, hey, they used to compensate us, now they don't care. And people would be like, grow up, Blizzard's the best, or whatever, and that kind of got annoying. A multi-million, or whatever they're at now, dollar company does not need defended by people on the forums. But, you know, I don't want to get into all that, even though I guess we just did. It was one of my pet peeves about the forums. You should be able to go and make legitimate complaints and not be attacked by other players in the same player base. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. And that's another reason why you could always complain here, right in the comment section below. I mean, people did it about MAA all the time, and I completely understood most of it. I mean, some people take it too far, but guess what? They're allowed to do that. If that's how they feel, then go ahead and share it. I may try to address stuff and try to ease some of it, because I cared about the game, but I'm never going to dismiss legitimate claims or try to answer for the company when I believe they should have an answer for that. I mean, these companies make tons of money, they should just hire someone to do that for them, which I would have been happy to do that. But as far as this video, I know we've talked about a bunch of different things. I'm just going to go ahead and take down this big guy right here, and then after that, we'll call it for now. I would go on a lot longer, but we do have to go to work, unfortunately. So we'll try not to die to him. I know to stay away when he's doing his spin move, but for some reason he's locked on me, which I hate. Okay, he's doing something else. Let's get out of there. Now the Demon Hunter is pretty difficult to kill. If I do die, it's definitely my own fault. But it looks like we're going to take him down here real shortly. Let's go ahead and throw our glaive, and then get back in there for the finish. And that's pretty much going to be it for now. So we got another blue, which we'll take gladly. And we'll go ahead and equip that as well. That's going to be it for this one, but next one will probably be a lot longer, and hopefully we'll get level 100 in that one. We'll see how long it takes. But make sure you stay tuned, check back. There's going to at least be a Star Wars video this week, and hopefully something else as well. We'll see what we can do. But that's it, so thank you for watching. Until next time, good luck and take care.